Lil Tecca, the only nigga to make capping in your raps cool. This man has been on since 2019 and his career is still going strong. I gotta give him his props. And since his new album dropped, I figured today we're gonna rank all of Lil Tecca's projects. First, we're gonna start off with We Love You Tekk. This project is fire. The tape has 17 songs with 0 skips. Ransom, Shots, Side Note, Did It Again, Out of Luck, Left Right, Bossa Nova, Amigo. Some people might think I'm crazy, but every song on here is a banger. My favorites from this project are Ransom, Side Note, Amigo, Left Right, and DUI. There are so many other songs I want to mention, but for honorable mentions, Molly Girl, Senorita, Love Me, Weatherman, I think he went 17 for 17, no bullshit. Until this day, this is his best project. I gotta rate this a 9 out of 10, so off rip, this is going in S tier. Next, we're moving on to Virgo World. Now, I know people have mixed opinions about this album, and I think the reason for that is because he changed up his production, which honestly sounded worse in my opinion. I remember people bashing Lil Tecca saying he fell off, which was crazy because this was his debut album. Although this album wasn't anything crazy, it's definitely not as bad as people were saying. I would say my favorites from this would be Acting Up, Chemistry, Out of Love, Dolly featuring Uzi. Yo, I remember people on Twitter hating on Lil Tecca because Uzi's OG verse for this song wasn't on it. And you know, to be honest, the released version wasn't as good, I'll admit, but it's one of the better songs on this album. TikTok would also be in my top 5 if I had to pick, but all in all, this album was pretty mid, not gonna lie. I'd say he went 12 for 19, so for that, I would have to put it in C tier. On to the next album, We Love You Tekk 2. I'm reviewing every song on this, including the deluxe version. I'll review it because, you know, why not? Now, this album was fire. He put a lot of grails that fans wanted, and this was executive produced by Taz Taylor, which is cool because he worked with Tecca in the past, and he did help produce the first We Love You Tekk. Now, by no means is this his best project, but it's a step up from Virgo World. This album wasn't insanely good, but it was decent. I would say my favorite songs from this is Did That, Repeat It, Fee, Lot of Me, and Hold On. I felt like some of the songs sounded similar to other ones on here, and honestly, there were just songs I wasn't crazy about. And some of the features, like why is Ian Dior on this album? Also, Chopper Shoot the Loudest wasn't that great of a song. The hook was mid, and I felt like Chief Keef's verse ain't even fit the song. I would rate it a 7.5 out of 10. It was a decent album. So for me, I would put this album in B tier. Tekk. This album might be one of them ones. He changed up the production, which honestly I think sounds better. You could tell he's improved from his other projects. He had only 2 features, Kodak Black and Ken Carson. Both of them were pretty good, but my favorites from this, 500 Pounds, Fell in Love, Monday to Sunday, Want It Bad, and Yeez. Those would have to be my 5 for this album. I'd rate this album a 8 out of 10. I would say he went 13 for 16, so I'd put this in A tier. I thought the album was hard. Now for Tecca's new album, Plan A, I'm gonna be honest, I think some of the songs were better than his last album, but some of these songs I wasn't really feeling them. The song I Can't Let Go with Don Toliver, this song I ain't like. Also Self to Self, yeah, that one too, bro. The flow on that was super boring. This album definitely has its misses, but all in all, good album by Tecca. I think my top 5 from this album would be Bad Time, Vogue, Cold Girls, For You, and Homebody. I enjoyed this album. My top 5 from this were better than his last album. I'd say he went 12 for 18. I'd rate this album an 8 out of 10. So Plan A is going in fucking A tier, man. Alright, you should have guessed that. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.